welcome to another episode of Backed or Busted. I'm Rob McCallum, aka Rob McZob. And don't forget, if you need help with your crowdfunding campaign, email us at crowdfundingspectacular99@gmail.com and we can highlight your project or consult with you to make it better. Let's jump right over to Kickstarter now and take a look at the project we're going to highlight today. Today we're looking at Secret Informant, Connecting Cultures Through Food. Now let's just take a look at this short description. A web series with the goal of bring people of different cultures together through the one thing we all enjoy, food. A web series with the goal of bring people. I think it should be bringing people together from different cultures through the one thing we enjoy, food. Definitely would want to rework that. You can see there's only 46 hours left to go on this. They are close to their goal of 11,968. I think that's a currency conversion. As you can see here as a highlight, yep, they're looking for 15 grand Canadian, and they're essentially at 13.3 Canadian. Let's take a look at their pitch video and see where they rest, and then we can decide if we're going to back this or if this campaign is completely busted. I like to support as many creators out there as I can because the world is better with more art projects and creative endeavors. So let's hope that we can put some money down on this and become a backer with only 46 hours to go and help push them towards that goal. But it's up to them if they're worthy. Let's check out this video.
Hi, I'm Riley, host of Secret Informant.
And I'm Andy, founder of Secret Informant.
Founder? That sounds way cooler.
It is.
We're making this show, Secret Informant. It's based on the idea that as people on this planet, we're a lot more similar than we may realize. No matter your ethnicity, skin color, or religion, we all enjoy at least one thing in common, and that is good food.
So it occurred to me, if there was a show that brought an authentic culture experience to people in a fun way through food, it could, one, help people get out of that us versus them mindset, and two, inspire people to travel and experience other culture for themselves.
Secret Informant is that show. Andy approached me with this idea he'd been working on for 4 years, and I really wanted to be a part of it. So in each 10-minute episode, I'll be talking to a different secret informant, a person who will guide me through experiencing a certain cuisine. We're in the process of filming season 1 right here in Vancouver. We have a talented and dedicated crew of people working with us to scout restaurants with authentic cultural dishes, contact secret informants, shoot on location, and edit it into something meaningful and funny. What we need is your help to make sure we have the resources to finish season 1 and get it out there for people to enjoy.
We're confident we can publish season 1 in January, but producing a high-quality show isn't free. The fund that you provide us will be used for equipment costs, location fee, compensation for the crew, and preparation for season 2, which we hope to film in Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Macau in March.
So take a look at our rewards, our budget, our pretty pictures, and if Secret Informant is something you want to see exist in the world, consider supporting us. You could be our Christmas miracle, and I will love you forever. And Andy will too, maybe even longer. But not too long. That's kind of creepy, Andy. Yeah.
Okay, so there's their video. One thing to note right away that this runs at 2 minutes and 41 seconds, which is a touch longer than I'd like, and it felt a little bit longer than that. I would have swore this was over 3 minutes by the time I got through this. Now, another thing to note as I was watching the trailer here, this has been marked as Kickstarter as a project they love, so good for them for getting enough attention and bringing it together. That really bodes well for us to go through the campaign and decide if we're going to back this project versus if it's busted. Now, I'm just going to step through the video here because there's a few things I want to talk about. One, this opening montage in collage, really, really strong. It slows down once we start getting to the hosts about 15 seconds into it. Then I start to question a bunch of things. There's some poor lighting going on here. Like, if you look at this, our host's face isn't lit at all, and he's being outshadowed by this stuff here in the background. Again, no lighting on his face. Even if you just had a camera mounted light, it'd look better. There's a lot of attempts at humor, like these two chairs slide into one another and they bump. Didn't find it funny, and he was out of focus when they hit together. Not so... It's important that when you do these pitch videos, that the production level of the video reflects the product that you're trying to sell, whether it's a film or whether it's like a piece of technology, but probably more so when it is a film or something that is being produced with cameras. You want that production quality to be as good as possible. So you can see there he's out of focus, as I mentioned. That makes me think, well, maybe then the series will be out of focus, then it'll be a little sloppy. I didn't think the humor came across in the video. They said it was going to be a funny series, but it was really dry, and it didn't get me. It doesn't mean it's not funny to other people. It just didn't work for me. I thought it could have been way more upbeat across the board for the whole video, and a little bit more fun. I also am not a huge fan of the title, Secret Informant. That seems to be something more like a spy conceit. I'm guessing that based on the video that I saw here, that they have a bunch of people that are hidden in restaurants that the restaurant doesn't know, and then they get brought in, the host, Riley, to sit down and talk about what's going on with it, the restaurant. Knowing, at least I would assume that there's some sort of element of secrecy. I probably would have gone with something like Secret Ingredient, since at least it connects to the food world. So again, odd choice. They also did reveal that they're already producing season 1, so I'm not sure what they're looking for the budget for, why they need the 15,000 Canadian. There is some really nice photography in this, so I don't want to crap on them totally for their pitch video with segments like this not looking well. And there is some average or at least on par editing stuff. This little ticker tape of different scenes there, that's nice. And like I said, the opening was really solid and tight. And the photography when we are in the kitchens is nice as well. But the stuff with these two guys, the founder and the host, not so good. And because we're in January already and they're talking about a Christmas miracle and a Christmas tree, it feels dated. If I were these guys, I would have shot 2 videos or 2 endings. I think this is a smart idea for them to do a Christmas take on it, given that their campaign occurred over Christmas. But then at the end of it, after Christmas, I would have pulled it and gone for something that was less holiday-driven. And, hey, you know how many people get upset when you say Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays? So they took a chance there. Personally, I'm very much a Merry Christmas guy. It's not a belief thing. It's just a spirit thing. Again, Secret Informant. Why couldn't this be on a recipe card or something like that? Or, again, tie back to the theme of their show. So they hit a lot of nice things in their pitch video, above average, I would say, compared to some of the other stuff that we've seen already. It's nice to see the creators and the hosts on screen. There is some above average photography going on there in terms of their filming, but there is some below average filming as well. And their editing is certainly probably the best stuff that we've seen out of this reel. So, not too bad, guys. I am still feeling very pro right now, and I am definitely being pulled by how close you are to your goal. So let's keep finding reasons to support this. And with Kickstarter vouching for you as a project they love, that also bodes well for your chance. So let's keep going here. We'll start with the campaign body, the story, and see where we go. So you love food, and you love trying new dishes from far off places. That's the other thing. I'm not completely sold on the premise of the show, but I'm going to let it go for now because maybe an episode is a little bit different. Or maybe you don't love food, but you yearn in the world to be a better place, more peaceful place where people of all cultures, language, religion can understand and respect each other, and everyone is just nicer and more awesome in general. That's great. What is the show anyway? So probably would have got rid of the trailer since that might be the same thing as up here. I'm not sure, but it's not introduced in either way. It's just kind of jumped here because we're talking about the show here in the About section, and then we basically talk about the show anyway. So I probably would have put this right at the top. And I would have pushed this down a little bit more. So just let's remember that the trailer for season 1 is right here. So Secret Informant is a hosted web series where we throw open the doors to food from around the world. Whether it's a $100 delicacy or mom's homemade recipe, every dish came from somewhere and we want the inside scoop. Okay, that makes sense. Now, some poor written English language here. Secret Informant is a hosted web series. Is a web series that is hosted by Riley or with your host, Riley so-and-so. Is hosted. Let's avoid that passive tense. Okay? We're making a show in which guests representing various cultures introduce their traditional cuisines to our host, Riley Murdoch. Okay, so you could have probably got rid of the host thing up here. Secret Informant is a web series where we throw open the doors, boom, and then introduce the host concept here. These savvy individuals have insider knowledge on their cuisine, so we call them Secret Informants. I don't know that that's a secret informant. I think you're using that term incorrectly, and I think it's there's a better approach to this. I get what you're trying to say, but no. Just call them experts or call them, cuisine masters or something like that, without, them having to be chefs per se. But I don't think that's the way to go. Season 1 is being filmed in our hometown. We are filming Season 1. Again, let's make it active and not passive. Is filmed, not good. The goal is to produce quality content about quality food from all over the globe. Great, love it. We're going to launch Season 1 in January on YouTube and website. Okay, so this is the question I'm going to ask right now. If it's going to be on YouTube for free, why am I backing this? See, this is the big question. This is the hard part with web series. If it's going to be free later, you got to give me amazing reasons to give you money, especially if this is only a month or so away and you're already in production. It means you probably don't need a lot of money to finish what you're doing, and I could probably just wait it out and watch the show for free without having to give any money. Let's see. Okay, we're going to address it right now. Why, though? I wonder if there's a spelling mistake here. Just kidding. They're trying to be funny. The world is changing. The internet has connected people all over the globe, and societies that were previously made up of one group of people become more diverse than ever. Sometimes the diversity celebrated. Other times, it can lead to tensions between groups. Seems like a weird thing to talk about right now. But there's one thing everyone enjoys, and that's food. Different way to experience cultures, bring cultural experiences to viewers. The power of the internet. Once someone has shared shawarma with a Syrian hipster, it's pretty hard to look down on their people. We honestly believe we're doing more than just releasing a video series. We want to change the world for the better. Okay, so that doesn't tell me why you need the money, though. That might tell me the bigger motivation for creating the show, which you've said a few times now. You said it up here, you said it here, and now you've said it for a third time. Let's watch the repetition, fellas. Who are these people? So here's the executive producer, and I'm guessing founder. Here's the host, producer, writer, whom we've met as well. And more crew bios coming soon. Well, with 46 hours left, I'm surprised they're not here yet already, or at least take out this line. Not loving it. Twitter, Informant Secret. So obviously they had a problem getting that handle. Same with on Facebook here, Informant Secret instead of Secret Informant. That's not necessarily fantastic marketing. Let's go to the next section. We need you. Okay, so this is more about the why. Please help. The majority of Season 1 has been completed so far and is done largely pro bono. We've been fortunate to connect with professional camera operators and other crew members who have volunteered their own time, plus equipment, because they believe in our vision of this project. We want to raise funds so we can pay our crew equitable fees and allow us to finish post-productions, take care of equipment and locations, and prepare for Season 2, which we hope to film in Hong Kong, Taiwan, Macau, in March. Why would you go overseas for Season 2 when there's so much more that you can do locally and save costs? Like, honestly, go to Seattle. You're close enough in Vancouver. Go to Calgary. Go to Surrey. Go somewhere else. I get the appeal of that, but get the show done. Get it well. Get your proof of concept nailed before you go international. Because there's production constraints that I've seen already from your project. There's some spelling issues. That makes me wonder about your ability to handle an international production. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look at how they've broken down everything here. So again, this should be for the 15,000 or so. Equipment, they need $1,000. Miscellaneous costs, $800. That's actually a little low. I'd probably say this is about $1,500. Season 2 prep, $1,200. It sounds like a flight. Production crew, $3,500. Post-production, $8,000. Okay, so they really need it for post more than anything and to compensate the production people. How can you help? Back the project. All or nothing. If we don't make it go, we get nothing. Spread the word. Even if you can't donate, sharing the link will help family and friends. It's great. Follow us online. Connect with us. You want these. Here's the rewards, incentives. We will go into that a little bit later. And that's it. Risks and challenges. We've been working on Secret Informant as a concept for a number of years now. The biggest challenge we face so far is finding secret informants, restaurants, and willing crew members who are all available at the same time. Thankfully, we've already been able to find a number of informants from various cultures, restaurants, and local area, which have agreed to allow filming on the premises. Some contributions from local investors allowed us to begin film Season 1. With your help, donations will allow us to finish and publish Season 1 in January 2018 with production of Season 2. Beginning any new creative project is a risk, and we feel confident in the goal of bringing people together. Okay, so here's my concern. If you can't finish yet paying for Season 1, why would you start Season 2? Are you just assuming you're going to hit your goal on Kickstarter? Are you trying to sell this? Is this just going to go online for free? A lot of questions I have. If I was an investor in this, I don't know that I would be super happy about what they're trying to do here, because it just doesn't feel like they've thought about it. They got the creative itch to create a production and get it done and get it in the can and do it well, or at least well enough. But what are you going to do with it once it's done? Don't just start Season 2. Get those deals in place so they can get out there into a wider audience. And then once it's out there, you're going to find that your major problem with your risks here, which you said is finding secret informants, restaurants, and willing crew members. Once you get it out there in a professional capacity, that problem will go away completely, which is really nice. So we're going to go over the rewards here. Pledge $5. They have 17 backers. You get to join the club, and you'll get access to regular email updates whenever new episodes are available, and when we're doing something cool. You also receive a shout out on social media accounts. So this is kind of like a big thank you. Where's the $1 pledge? I get maybe they're doing $5 just so that they can get some friends to kind of just, chuck them $5. But if they did $1, they might get outsiders, particularly me. Now I'm hoping to pledge more than $1, more than $5. We'll see if they can make it happen. Video shout out. So they're basically saying, thank you, video, saying my name while eating Timbits. 1 donut per backer, no exceptions. As a bonus, you'll receive a list of restaurants and various cuisines in Vancouver that we filmed at. Okay, so basically I get a list of the places they filmed, which I would see in the series anyways, and I get a thank you video. Not sure that I would go that way. That seems like a lot of work to thank these 24 people to do a video. Maybe it'll only take an hour to sit there and eat a pack of Timbits and say thank you to everybody, but not sure it's the best way to go. Behind the scenes for $25 plus destination vote. Everything in the above tiers plus access to behind the scenes footage of our production team that you won't find anywhere else. Initial season will be filmed in Vancouver. We plan to go abroad in future season when time comes. You will get to vote in which cities we visit. I would think that voting in which city would have been part of the $5 pledge, which is welcome to the club, but it's not. So be it. Pledge $35 more. A Christmas card delivered to you. A Christmas card handwritten by our host, Riley, delivered to your home. If you would prefer a card for a different holiday, we can arrange that too. Estimated delivery, February 2018. That's a hell of a Christmas card that you get 2 months late. Not a fan of that. $50. You get a t-shirt, plus a welcome to the club, plus the video shout out, plus behind the scenes, plus the Christmas card. Again, you know how I feel about t-shirts. If you're not sure, check some of the other videos. They're just riddled with problems between genders and sizes and stuff fitting right and the graphics that you got to print on them and shipping costs. It's a mess. Okay, well, online hangout with our team. Gratitude, we'll schedule a Google Hangout just for you. Here you can meet the team and ask us all your questions. Ask us all your questions. I don't know that I want to spend $100 on basically something that you guys should be probably doing anyways to drum up support for your project. You guys should be doing a Google Hangout or some sort of online forum for people to get excited about it, and then if they kind of like the real deal, then they can back you. I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. Wrap party invite. Everything in the above tiers. You and one guest will get invited to a wrap party for Secret Informant Season 1 after production is completed. Is that in January or February? Please note at this funding tier, we will not be able to provide airfare to Vancouver. Will you provide lodgings then? You haven't covered that. You should probably say that. Nobody's backed it, and they're only looking to have about 30 potential backers plus whomever else. All right, here we go. Secret Informant experience. Everything in the above tiers plus. Live the Secret Informant experience for yourself. Visit a restaurant handpicked by one of our informants and share a meal with our host, Riley. Or you can pick a restaurant that you're willing to say is a great example of your favorite cuisine and be the Secret Informant yourself. Disclaimer, airfare not included. If you wish to enjoy a restaurant fairly far from our base in Vancouver, we may not be able to make good on this reward for a while. So it's funny that they want $500 to basically help solve their biggest problem. Again, we go down to our risks and rewards right here at the bottom. We faced, so far, the biggest challenge we faced is finding secret informants, restaurants, and willing crew members. So if I go to the $500 level here, I can pick a restaurant for them and be their secret informant, which basically takes care of their problem. They do have 2 backers, so good for them, but I'm not sold that this is a good reward for them to do. Pledge $1,000. Star in a spin-off episode. Visit a restaurant with Riley and a secret informant. The whole thing will be filmed and published online so you can get your 10 minutes of fame. For $1,000, again, it looks like you're just being part of the team here, except for you're maybe relegated to a sidekick status. Not sure that this is a great reward, but okay. Sponsor an episode. Now, this is a good idea. $1,000. Thank you for your support. Your organization will be named as the title sponsor for one of our episodes. This makes a lot of sense. It's probably why there's 4 backers here. A restaurant, a food company, a delivery service, anything would be a great sponsor for a cooking show that actually has a travel element to it as well. So any kind of travel company, airline, online travel site, it's a great way to sponsor, and it's a really good pledge to put in here. Pledge 5,000 or more. Vancouver tour plus film an episode. 6 meals with our team. You will go to any restaurant that we explore in season 1. Any cuisine your choice. Airfare and accommodation is included for $5,000. I really hope so. So they have one person that's willing to do that, and they're going to go have 6 meals and stay somewhere and get flown in, which is great. And here we go. Pledge $6,000. Sponsor the whole season. Thank you for your support. Your organization should be named as the primary sponsor for all 8 episodes of season 1. 2 of 2 left. $6,000. That's not bad. That's less than $1,000 per episode. And you can see that they have 4 sponsors here. It's a little pricey unless you've got the dough to put out there, and it's not quite the known commodity yet in terms of how much viewing clicks or audience awareness there's going to be for when this comes out. So it's hard to justify $6,000 right away. And that actually makes me think, when it comes to sponsor an episode, thank you for your support. Your organization will be named as the title sponsor for one of our episodes. Who are you just going to arbitrarily pick which sponsor for which episode? Is there going to be some sort of symmetry? I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Let's see if it says something else down here in the detailed descriptions. Supporting us at the $1,000 tier. Let me just switch back over here to Firefox. Supporting us at the $1,000 tier or more will not only be instrumental in helping season 1 get produced, published, also let your brand be a part of our success story as an official title sponsor. We will meet with you to talk about how we'll execute your sponsorship of the show and give you all our gratitude and hugs, or just a handshake. Okay, so at least there is going to be some discussion, which is nice. So well done on there, guys. On the upper end, 100 plus, priceless experiences you'll never forget. Yeah, I don't have any other questions about that. So, having gone through their campaign, let's go through some of the pros and cons. The production of the video is definitely above average, despite some of the cons that I have out there. The title, not a huge fan of it. The mission and the scope seem to be in check, though. I don't know that it's going to be a huge hit in terms of online. It is the kind of thing that I could see on TV. I think it needs a little bit more of a gimmick or a tweak, but the fact that I'm even comparing it is probably a good thing in terms of, is this worth supporting? Is this worth being out there? Have they thought things through? Their campaign is nice and short. It is really boiled down. You get the nice pie chart of how things get split up. You got some reward details. You got risks and challenges, but it's short. It's really short. Their rewards are pretty awful. I don't like really kind of anything that I see here, to be honest. There's nothing that I want to put money towards, especially at the dollar amounts that they're suggesting. The closest one I would want to do is not star in a spin-off episode, but sponsor one. And by the way, this should be limited to 8 since they only have 8 episodes, but they have not done that. And look, help wanted. That's cool. They're always looking for more ideas to improve our project. Leave us a comment, so that's cool. Maybe I'll send them this video. I think there's just nothing that I want here. Why couldn't they do a DVD of the season, or HD versions of the show, or like private links to get them before everybody else gets them so you can see them? It's really hard when you want to do a web series where people are going to get to watch it for free. So how do you provide that exclusivity? How do you provide that little bit extra access that makes somebody feel special, that's worth the money? You've got to find a way. So like, I really think the honest approach to it is give people like an unlisted link on YouTube and ask them not to share it. It doesn't mean that they won't, but the backers that put money aren't going to want somebody to watch it for free, so to speak. So if they had that, I definitely would have plunked down $10 to get early access to check out the series as they drop. But I also want to know, are they going to put all 8 episodes out at the same time? Are they going to release them week by week? Is it month by month? Is it bi-weekly? What is the schedule? And so forth. Again, I have a lot of questions about how season 2 comes in when we don't know really the fate of season 1. So a couple other things I want to check out. I'm going to look at these updates here. Project launched December 7th, 3,500 reached, and new trailer release. So that's cool. 11.5 reached. The final stretch begins. Day confirmed for pilot episode. I'm going to just read this. Looks like they're producing everything in January then. The first episode will be available January 4th. So I think it's out later today as of my recording. There's less than a week until the pilot episode and end of our campaign. We at Secret Informant are kicking things off in high gear daily upload. So it's on their YouTube channel, which is great. So I do like that they have their last, near the last 48 hours, that first episode is coming out. That's some good marketing to really push it. Let's look at these comments. Wow, something I've been waiting for. You guys need to make this happen. I love food. More than happy to support Riley in this new venture of yours. Such an awesome presenter. That's great. Sherwin says, hi, Ethan. We're grateful for your contribution. We're working very hard to have our pilot episode ready. Watch for it to drop in the next month. Please share a project with your friends. So not a lot of stuff going on here. I'm just going to go over to KickTrack for a minute and see what we can learn from Secret Informant. If we type it in here. So they had a massive spike right here. They were trending really low for a while. And then they had a big surge of money here for some reason. And then it went flat. And then another big surge, which got them close. And then they lost money. So when I see stuff like that, that makes me think that people put money in to make sure that it looked active. And then people put money in again. And then they pulled it out just to get it close so that people knew that they would be close so that they can continue trending. It's very volatile to see that, and that actually is a confidence loser for me. Let's take a look at the daily data. So they had $10,000 dropped in 2 days, and then they lost $2,200. That seems really strange. They had a few days where they didn't get much, $50 here and there, but like that's really strange to get $6,000 and then $5,100. Because there's no rewards for that. How many backers? So we can look at backers per day. There's one backer that came in that day. That doesn't mean that one backer put $6,000 down, because other backers could have adjusted their pledges to higher tiers. But it is really kind of fishy about what happened there. There's no days where they lost backers. They're getting about 12 per day. So something is going on here that doesn't sit right with me. Comments per day, everything was on day 1 and day 2. You can see they had like 2,200 by the end of the second day, which is a little low for where they needed to end up with $15,000. Frankly, you try to get 20 to 25% by the end of day 1 if you want to make it. That's usually the rule. So they needed closer to 4,000, 3,500, something like that, in order to do it, and they fell way short. They like a third of it. So this though, I keep coming back to that. Okay, let's look at the projection. This should look again. This looks super wonky. This is natural. Like this is a natural funding curve, and then it just gets thrown out of whack here. Drops back down. They're still projecting to finish at 15.4, possibly 19,000 plus a few bucks. Let's look at the trend. Yeah, you can see that. It's all cattywampus there, the mini chart. It's saying that it's trending towards 14,293, which is only 95% of the goal. So they're predicting that they're not going to make it. I think that they're going to make it either by virtue of the fact that somebody's going to top it up at the last minute, or they're just going to find a way to get in there so that they get it. Because why would they want to say goodbye to this amount? Even if they only had like $5,000 of real money for a web series, that's a lot. This is a hard one. I'm not sure what I want to do in terms of backing it now at this point. That seeing that funding curve completely changed everything. I was really set to back it, but then to have no explanation of that. Not that I expect them to, and no frequently asked questions here. Let's look at the community. 329 backers are from Canada. They have a total of 361 backers. A lot of new backers, so that's really cool. That's a huge thing for this campaign, to bring 335 new people to it and only have 26 previous Kickstarter backers. Lots of people from Burnaby, so I think that's probably their hometown. Good for you guys. This is definitely a Canadian project, so that's okay. It is a campaign that Kickstarter loves. Oh, man. I'm on the fence. I don't know if this campaign is busted or if I should back it. And when in doubt, I like to go with my gut feeling about these guys and helping them out a little bit. So I am going to back it for $5. Okay, there we have it. I backed it for $5 over here. Guys, do not let me down. If anybody else gets a chance to check this out, you've got a little over a day to back it if you feel like it's a good project worth doing. I'm going to take a chance on these guys. This is definitely in the gray zone. I don't absolutely love it, but I also don't absolutely hate it. I think their intentions are good. I think once they get season 1 maybe out, it'll certainly help. I don't know that I'm super convinced that they'll go a long way in terms of other seasons. They're trying to do that little run through Asia, which will be the real test. So if my $5 helps to go help them, then great. you can maybe pledge some money too. Anyways, Rob McCallum here, aka Rob McZob. Hit me up on Twitter. Let me know if you need help with your campaign, if you want me to highlight it and look through it and see if your project is truly amazing and awesome and you believe it's worth backing. You send it to me and I'll let you know if it's backed or busted.